Hello, my name is Craig St. Jean, and I'm the Chief Technology Architect of our OutSystems Intelligent Automation division within Xebia. Today, I would like to introduce you to our Intelligent Document Processing platform built on top of OutSystems. Here, we have our login screen. We can switch this to different languages such as Arabic or English. I'm going to proceed in English. And our document processing platform is connected to Azure OpenAI as well as Google Gemini Pro. And here I can start selecting documents that I want to interact with. So first, I want to start with this low-code developers ebook from OutSystems. And I want to ask it some questions like, what is this document about? And here it says this document is about OutSystems, a low-code development platform, discusses the skepticism that developers often have about low-code platforms and how OutSystems has changed the minds of many developers who've tried it. Now I'll ask, who provided quotes for this ebook? And here you can see it has picked up quotes by myself, Praveen Kumar, Stephen Schmidt, and other people. And now I can ask something a little bit more contextualized, such as, why does Craig like OutSystems? Here it says, Craig likes OutSystems because he found that he could do what he wanted to do in a way he wanted without having to structure his code in a specific way. He was also impressed by the platform's power and flexibility. I would say that's about accurate. Let's try a different document. This is just a 4-page ebook. Let's try something a little bit more real world, like a lawnmower user manual. And here I can say, what is this document about? Here it says, this is about this specific Honda lawnmower, and it contains instructions on how to operate, maintain, troubleshoot the lawnmower, and so on. So now let's say, how do we start this specific lawnmower? And here it says, move the throttle lever to the fast position, pull the starter rope slowly until resistance is felt, and then more quickly. And I can confirm that that's correct because I have a very similar lawnmower to this. But now, what about something that's not in English and something that's even larger? Here I have an Arabic document that's 86 pages long. We can see that the entire thing is in Arabic. Got some diagrams in there and so on. And I have no idea what it says, so let's find out. Summarize this document in English. And it says this is a summary of a disability assessment platform in Saudi Arabia. Okay, sounds about right. What are the table of contents? There it says, Chapter 1 would be applying for disability. Chapter 2 is reviewing the disability assessment appointment schedule, and so on. So what about summarize Chapter 2 in English? Here it says, Chapter 2 is the requirements document for the evaluation of disability service request. Analyzes the requirements through the National Platform for Rehabilitation, and etc. Okay. What about something a little bit more interesting? Since we can use this for multiple language, how about summarize Chapter 2 in French? Here we go. I'm going to assume that's correct, and I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that. Let's move on to something a bit more number-based. And in this case, I want to use something that has multiple files in it. Here I have a series of invoices. And in this case, I have multiple documents. I have this document here. I have this document here. And I have this document here. Now, let's try asking it, how many documents are there? Pretty straightforward. It says there's 3. Who are the invoices from? And it says Linode, Pragmatic Studio, and JetBrains. Perfect. What is the total cost per invoice? Here we can see the individual costs and which invoice by file name they're associated with. Or what about, what is the sum of the cost of all invoices? And here we can see the summation here is $442. Now, what if I wanted to build something programmatically against this? I can say, describe these documents in JSON. And here you can see we've got JSON here saying we have an array where we have a Linode invoice, we have an invoice number, a date, a customer name, address, which I'm going to blur out in the recording, line items, quantities, costs, and so on. And now I could take this data and build something programmatically against it. Now let's take a quick look at how we're able to build this in OutSystems. So this is the OutSystems development environment. I just want to give you a quick preview of a couple of things that we can see in here. Here we have the screen where I'm building out this application. And I can take all these different kinds of controls and just drag them onto the screen and start manipulating this. I can also reuse code as well as UI widgets. In this case, this is a reusable widget right here, this whole section. So I'm going to go ahead and open this one. And we can see this particular section of that page is built out. I've got these radio buttons. I've got the upload button here, some search, and so on. And then I can start just drilling down if I want. I can see what happens when I click upload. And here I can see this is what code looks like in OutSystems. It's very flow-based, and I can just read it. I'm throwing this event saying that I'm starting a session. I'm checking if the file name is blank. I'm checking if it's too long. I'm going to start this process to work on this document, and etc. Now, when it gets to actually calling an API, here we're consuming Gemini Pro from Google. And I can take a look at how this REST API is built out, where we've provided this sample request and this sample response. And that tells OutSystems exactly what it needs to know in order to build out the components that we can then reuse within the rest of our application. Thank you so much. This has been the Intelligent Document Processing Platform by Xebia, built on OutSystems.